Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. This is your daily tarot reading for the 26th of October, 2024. We'll be using Lisa Papez's Unicorn's Journey Tarot for today's daily tarot reading. That'll be listed in the description box down below, as always. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on your reading. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. All your cards are on the table. We have quite a few of them. We actually have 12 major arcanas on the table, including the 2 additional cards in this deck, which I will give the denomination of 1 for the sake of numerology. We have 1 synchronicity showing up for you as well, which is 555. Alright, best part of your day, we start off with the Hierophant in the reverse. The Lovers in the reverse, which is called the Choice card in this deck. The Moon in the reverse. The Star in the reverse. The 6 of Swords. Justice in the reverse. And the 5 of Wands. I like this. Looking at all of it, I like this. Simply because somewhere along the way you either shedded something, made a choice, walked away from something that was on offer, something that was available, and now the big reveal of that choice is that that particular thing that you divorced yourself from, separated from, chose not to opt into was actually unhealthy. And this was something that, you left, you walked away from, you just went, nope, not for me. And as time moves forward, it comes to reveal that, yes, this was something that would have been to your own detriment in some fashion, whether that is financially, with health, emotionally, whatever. And some part of you understood that. So whether or not this is your conscious mind making the decision going, no, that will head south really quickly. Or if it was your higher self going, hey, don't do that, hey. Whichever way that played out for you, you very much, in a way, dodged a bullet. So, something in the past or the recent past that you had left behind and turned away from in some format, it is now going to crop back up, and it's going to show itself as, hey, you made the right choice. And that is always good. That is always fantastic. No matter how big or small that is, whether that's, oh, you didn't buy that item and now there's a recall on it. Oh, well, it was only a $20 item and it's not like it was death-defying for a recall. But there's also the big ones of, okay, if you would have taken that job, you would have had to move across state lines and everything would have been tight for the next 5 years, and you find out that company that you turned the job down for because you decided you didn't want to move just went tits up. It literally filed for bankruptcy, so you would have been stuck in a new area with basically no cash flow, no job, right after the promise of an opportunity for employment. That big reveal would be catastrophic, just as some examples thrown out there. So, yes, dodging a bullet, always great. Whether you consciously knew it or your higher self just tuned you into it, you had that gut feeling, you had that intuition nagging at you to steer clear. That is always a wonderful thing. Now, worst part of our day, we have the Magician and the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Now, when it comes to doing things, manifestation, and working with certain elements, you might be a little slow at this today. You might find it difficult to tackle things, especially with different types of elements. If you are dealing with something that's multifaceted today, you might just take it slow and easy. Let's put it that way. Simply because, well, you might start what's the best way to phrase that? Might start doubting the capability of finishing, of getting things done, getting it done right. Okay. In other words, you probably might have a lot on your plate, so just take it slow and easy. Anyway, I'm going to disconnect from that. We're going to get into our obstacle, or how to get over our obstacle. We start off with the 5 of Pentacles and the reverse. The 4 of Pentacles and the reverse. Light, which is an additional card in this deck. The Page of Water in the reverse. The Fool in the reverse. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. The Knight of Swords. The 7 of Swords. Shadow, which is the opposite of the light card, also an additional card in this deck. The Chariot. And we end on the Devil. Okay. Okay, you remember that thing that you dodged a bullet for? As grateful as you are for it, that's not an energy you're really going to hold on to for very long. It comes up, you acknowledge it, you move on. Why? Because you're happy you saw the darkness there. You made the right choice. And when we operate from the light, it's really hard for the shadows, the darkness to hide. It doesn't give it a place. So, seeing that, acknowledging that, hey, I made the right choice. I avoided this disaster. It wasn't allowed to play out. Why? Because I moved away from it. I somehow saw the potentials and the traps and the pitfalls that were there that probably would have harmed me at some point. Like I said, it's really hard for darkness to hide when you're operating from the light. In other words, when you're more in tune, whether that's your conscious mind in tune or your higher self is in tune enough that you get those hunches, that gut feeling, that intuition kicking in, and you actually listen. And in this case, you did, and that moved you past what probably would have been a disaster. Whether that would have been something that tied you down for quite a while, or just something that you would have had to contend with. That would have been kind of, oppressive and toxic for a bit. Okay. So this isn't a big moment. It's actually kind of more of a quiet moment, but it's just that inner monologue, I want to say. The self-acknowledgement of, oh, I made the right choice. Oh, so that's what really happened. Okay. No harm, no foul. We did good. All right, let's continue with that. And, we just move on to the next thing. Why? Because we have now more trust in ourselves. We saw through something, whether we did it consciously or not. And this is why you may halt and slow down as the worst part of your day, especially with there's being a lot of factors, because after this comes up, this is where the doubt comes in. You might start second guessing yourself sometimes if you embody a lower vibration with this. You might be scrutinizing every little thing, looking for something wrong, going, okay, there was something wrong there. I caught it. It turned out well. Well, what else is wrong? Sorry, I'm flip-flopping back and forth, but this is a better way to read the energy, apparently. Okay, so don't be surprised if you do slow down. Just remember to trust yourself more. You've already been able to listen to your gut, your intuition, and feel what is right, and, learn and know instinctively, basically, what to do anyway. So there's no point of having to be so disconcerting that you are literally stuck. You know, if you're doing something and you get that nudge that you got before, that feeling, or just the edginess that something feels a little off, then sure, by all means, go ahead, scrutinize it, look at it closely, and then decide. But if you're just going throughout your day and everything's normal and nothing feels different, then nothing's wrong. So slowing down probably isn't going to be because you need to pay attention to something. I mean, if you're tired, you're worn out, fine, yes, that's okay. By all means, move at the pace that you need to. We each have our own pace, and that changes as our body has different necessities. Our mind and our, spiritual connection have different necessities. But if everything is all, green lights, there's no point in slowing down, looking for problems where there are none. I kind of like this, and I really want to pull extra cards because I think this is very interesting on how this plays out, especially and what areas. But this is just a general daily tarot reading, so I'm going to refrain from that, although I kind of really want to deep dive into it and make it a bigger reading, but I don't have the time, and I don't want to keep you here all day. So for the sake of numerology, I did add everything up. Everything here adds up to 136, which also reduces to 1 in numerology. And on my current chart, that is the number of self, or a single unit. In this case, you literally served yourself. You made, you had a choice at some point, and you decided not to go with it, whatever that was for you. Whatever was on offer, you decided not to commit to that. And that turned out to be very self-serving. That turned out to be the correct choice. The right path for you. What was in your best interest, whether that was what you made subconsciously or consciously. Okay. So, not a bump in the road for you on your journey. It's more of there was a speed bump and you managed to skirt around it. So all is well. Alright, and for those of you that do like the astrology, the moon enters Virgo, so this is where you get to focus on projects, especially those that do actually need to get done. So do take care of the little things attached to that. It will help you progress through that project or activity a lot faster so you can get finished. And the moon in Virgo also sextiles the sun in Scorpio. So this is where you do focus on yourself, and not in a way of vanity, but your own wants, your own needs. You take care of yourself and you can feel better about your life, which is what we're seeing here on the table. That self-embodiment, self-serving energy. You actually do something that is more beneficial to you, whether that is something that is currently done today or something in the recent past that now crops up, and it shows itself that yes, you made the right choice. You did do something that was of benefit to yourself. Coming back around just to give you, the highlight reel. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you guys. Hopefully it resonates. If it does, by all means, give me a thumbs up. If it does not, no worries. That is a general reading after all, so please take what resonates. Leave the rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.